Whose Views switches universes now for our latest Blake 7 review.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Whose Views. It's good to see you all, and here we are, we made it. We finally got to Series 1, Episode 13. I am thrilled. We finally got there, everyone. As you can see, I'm here with Lex, with Andy, with Richard and Graham. Hiya, guys.
Hello.
Nice to see you all.
Andy's gone dark.
Andy's teleported.
Oh, he's gone.
I'm sure he'll be back in a minute. I'm sure
he's gone to the Liberator.
Well, listen, yes, so here we are. We're here with our Blake 7 reviews. It's good to see you. And of course, yes, here we are with the final episode of Series 1, or Series A, as a lot of you call it. I'm learning now as well. So that's actually I call it Series 1. But here we go. So it's Series A. So let's have a look at this, guys. This was first broadcast on the 27th of March, 1978, with 10.6 million viewers tuning in to BBC One that night for this episode. So this was a very successful series when you look at the ratings we've been talking about here. This was a big series, massive series. It was written, of course, by, as all the other episodes have been in this series, by Terry Nation. It was designed by Martin Collins. The script editor was Chris Boucher. Directed by Vera Lorimer and produced by David Maloney. Okay, so also at this point, I have to give a little bit of what happened last time. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, the Liberator now in this episode starts, it's back en route to Aristo after the very exciting adventures of the previous episode. But now, Avon, Vila, Gan and Jenna have begun to suffer from the radiation exposure they received while on Cephlon. ... We've also got to remember as well that they're en route, of course, to Aristo, but so are two other particular people. Da, da, da.
Who can that be?
Who can that be indeed, Graham? But this is great, isn't it, really? For Blake 7 as well. We're talking the 27th of March, 1978. We're talking the end of the first series. And what you've actually got here is something that all the modern series tend to do. This is actually part 2 of what could essentially be called a trilogy.
Definitely.
Excellent episode. Excellent episode. I haven't got much in the way of nitpicks on this one. I watched it again today to remind myself, and I enjoyed it more today than I did before.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, I watched it today, and there's one thing that we'll probably talk about it again later, but one thing that came across was the first time you actually see Servalan scared.
Absolutely.
Some hammer horror acting, if you remember.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't see it ever again. But I suppose that was setting the scene, wasn't it, really? Because where she is, when they're on Aristo, and they're in those horrible sort of caves, caverns, tunnel things that you want to. They had to set the scene of the fact that it was a dangerous place to be, because Zen actually says on the to the Liberator crew, I think it was Zen, that he says life forms have started to be produced on the planet now, and you know what I mean.
That's
so
right.
very interesting. But you're right. I mean, I still look at that, Richard, and I still look at that scene where Servalan is genuinely quite terrified of what's coming up behind. But who wouldn't be?
Well, then
she takes a huge risk.
But then after 2 seconds after that, and then she just goes right back into boss mode. I'm not taking any.
She goes.
I'll go first. I know I'm wearing white, a very good colour to wear in a mucky hole, but I'm wearing white, and I will go first.
It's a good job Jodie's not with us this evening, because she's off doing she's doing a play, actually, everybody. But this is one of the things she always says. How can she wear white and high heels somewhere like that? She always goes on about it. But then so did Jackie Pierce.
She's got boots on. She's wearing boots, I noticed.
They're heeled though, aren't they? I think.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, they're heeled.
She
boots.
carries it
They're
off, doesn't she?
boots.
She does.
Kind of carries it off.
She carries it off. She really carries it off. It's good to see you all in the chat, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us for this another Blake 7 review. One of Stephen Braddock's favorite quotes here, I think, is "No, Travis, you follow me."
Very
You
true.
don't see her crawling through the hole there, do you? She saved that enigma from the camera.
Look, she got a little bit of dirt on her knees. If you watch this, you see a little bit of dirt. Just a
I
little
saw
bit.
that. I saw that, and that's how it should be. She should be mucky from head to toe, quite frankly. Who viewers should crawling through all that. Absolutely should be. So, I mean, this is wonderful. As I say, this is ahead of its time in that sense because I always say this is part 2 of a little mini trilogy in Blake 7. And of course, we'll come to it. But of course, it's also set to scene because of the ending, a cliffhanger ending. Who heard of that before?
Yeah.
But I love the way at the very beginning it does pick up directly from where the last episode leaves. And because of that, you get this lovely scene, which is basically Blake telling the viewer where they are up to and recapping what's happened before in that marvelous sort of, here's my captain's log.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Certainly done, isn't it?
Blake's log.
You Blake's log.
Because
Dr.
basically,
Mental.
he's just sitting there, really, telling you what happened with little flashbacks to the previous week, which is ideal for people that would have missed it.
Yeah.
It's a lovely little recap. But it's a good, quite a clever way of doing it.
Avon,
So
come over here and sit down and watch me on the screen.
Yeah, for a couple of minutes while I go through it all.
Watch me being cleverer than you for a change.
But considering this got 10.6 million people watching it in the UK, which was a huge figure. It was a Monday night, don't forget, and it was a massive figure. I don't think they needed. It was nice to remind the audience, wasn't it? But they were there the week before as well, I think.
So this was probably getting more viewers than Doctor Who in the late 70s, probably, yeah? Or comparable?
Just about.
We're about the same. Just about the same. Maybe.
Yeah. Because this is 1978, so Doctor Who's still in its golden age, still on a high. Yeah. So it was still, but the differences between it, of course, you had Doctor Who at 5 o'clock on Saturday, whereas you had Blake 7, of course, at 7.
Yeah.
On the Monday night. So again, it's that thing when we started this series, we were looking at it was a different audience, even though a lot of us who were watching Doctor Who as kids.
If it was 7 o'clock, wouldn't it have clashed with Coronation Street at some point?
Yes.
And it's still got 10 million.
Yes. Yes.
And the figures didn't drop off during the course of the 13 episode run. I mean, that's brilliant.
It got a loyal following.
It did. It was hugely successful, Because Coronation Street, the biggest soap opera on television at the time, was getting 20 million.
Yeah.
You know, because we have to remember, everybody who viewers, we have to remember, of course, that in those days there were 3 channels. You had BBC One, BBC Two, and ITV, and that was it. That was your choice, and that also, in a sense, also meant that you got quality television, of which Blake 7 fitted into.
Yeah,
it really did. But I love that scene at the beginning, and I'd actually forgot about that because I hadn't watched this episode in years until the Blu-ray arrived for the season 1 Blu-ray. And I remember thinking, Orac. There's something about that episode. Somebody comes into that. Something happens in that episode. And so when you're watching when you've got your Blu-ray box set and you're watching all the episodes, or your DVD box set, and you're watching the episodes or whatever you've got, and you're getting up to it. It was a surprise again. It was like watching something fresh because I hadn't seen it for so long, and it felt fresh, guys. This felt like something that could have been put on television today.
Yes.
Oh yeah. It's not at all dated, is it? Again, it's a strong characterization. The guest stars are top notch, and it's good. I mean, Ensor. I thought Ensor was the I can't think of the actor's name now who played him, but he's wonderfully grumpy, and especially when he first meets Blake, isn't it? When Blake and Callie first arrive.
What, Derek Farr?
Derek Farr. That's he's so like grumpy and miserable and everything, but it's another good guest star, good characterization.
He'd worked with Gareth Thomas before in another sci-fi show. Really?
Really?
People have seen Star Maidens.
Oh yeah. Was he in that?
Yeah. Well, Gareth Thomas was the lead in Star Maidens, and Derek Farr was one of the main supporting actors in that, as a German-British co-production. A little bit of Jerry Anderson and sci-fi. I've got it on DVD, but not many people have seen it because it's never been shown.
I've never seen it.
It's one of those 70s ITV programs that was picked up by half of the franchises in the UK, the network, and the other half didn't bother showing it. So few people have seen it.
So it might be one of those things I didn't get to see them because of where I lived. That's interesting.
Probably.
But Derek Farr was another one of those staples of British television at the time, because he would crop up on all sorts of little things. So it was a face as a kid that you knew.
Yeah. And I remember the first episode of The Saint with Roger Moore.
Is he?
Yeah, the very first one. Yeah.
We've got the Darren Zone saying to us, hi, Darren. Blake 7 usually started around about 7:15 or 7:20, that's right, and led into Panorama, an image that as a week. Imagine that as a weekday schedule now. You can't. Do they still do Panorama? I have no idea.
I think they do.
I don't know, but that was a big Monday night, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Big Monday night. Funky, hiya mate. It may be a dingy planet on the edge of nowhere, but Servalan has to look good.
Very true.
Ethric's with us as well, saying, "Evening all. I love Orac, but I must admit the last scene fooled me." Oh yeah, it's great. Georgia Donald's with us. Hello, Georgia. How are you? Mark McIntosh. Hiya, Mark. Mark, how are you, mate? This wasn't a cult show back then. It was mainstream. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just over 10 million people in the UK were watching this every Monday night, Mark. You are right. It's mainstream. Wow.
I remember it being a bit like Doctor Who, was you go to school the next day and everyone we talked about it in the playground. People are starting to see Blake 7.
Yeah.
And, it was that, it had that kind of a feel that everyone talked about it. And even the boys that were not really into Doctor Who, like Blake, because it's a bit more risque, a bit more adult, a bit more mature. So they kind of like they admitted they like that kind of sci-fi.
Yeah. I was at primary school when this was on. I'm 8 years old, but we used to say. I remember. I vividly remember on Mondays you would talk about, are you going to watch Blake 7 tonight? You know, and you would get hyped up through the day about, oh, Blake 7's on tonight. We're excited because it had become, even at this point, the end of the first series. This had become quite a staple of our viewing figure. We made a date with the Liberator every Monday. Yeah. I mean, that's massive when you think about today. They're always arguing, oh, TV shows today have to build up an audience. It can take a couple of years to build up an audience. There's Blake coming along in 1978, and he's got his audience there by the last episode.
Yeah.
What was it? It's a Monday night. It was a question of which channel you put on.
Or which channel you were allowed if your mum or somebody wants to watch Corrie. You know.
Yeah, too true. Unless you had a TV in the bedroom or something.
Yeah.
Oh, that's if you were rich.
I had
people there.
Youngsters today won't know because they get television on phones and stuff like that. But in our day, of course, you had one telly, and it was usually rented from Radio Rentals or Rumbelows or something like that.
Dixon's.
Yes, that one as well. Depended where in the country you were, wasn't it? Ours was Rumbelows. Yeah. Robert Payne saying to us, guys, a kid in my school was showing off that he knew that Gareth Thomas was Welsh. Oh, bless. That's lovely. And Mark Greaves saying to us, if you're going to be killed by a villain, at least it's going to be stylish and in heels. Yeah. Darren Zone also saying to us, Orac was possibly the first time in television science fiction that a computer was shown as being a portable rather than a cabinet with tape spools and flashing lights. And the timescale saying greetings. Yeah, going back to that point that Darren Zone said there, do any of you remember the first time when Orac was revealed in this episode? Because I thought, I can genuinely remember thinking it's another bloke.
It was a different voice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Far's voice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't actually remember that particular moment. I remember the next episode we're going to do next month more for some reason.
Do you?
Yeah. Maybe we were distracted that night. I don't know.
Yeah. I remember being loyal to Zen and thinking Zen was better. I wanted Zen more because I was Team Zen at the time.
Well, didn't he take over Zen's control?
Yeah.
And it was Orac's voice. But we didn't know then it was Orac's voice.
No. I mean, it puts this all out, doesn't it? I mean, you can look at this. I was thinking about this today when I was rewatching it again about the third time in the last couple of weeks, because it's just really good. But I was looking at it again, and that bit where Zen sort of hiccups, you know, and it's so he's struggling. Oh, what is this? You know, what's going? There's something. Oh, and then he's off, and then Orac takes over the whole thing. And there's that mystery to say, what is that powerful? What can possibly do that? You're on the most powerful ship in the universe, as we've been told over the last 12 episodes, and suddenly this cocky little thing comes along and goes, no, it's not. Don't worry about it. I've got it.
Yeah.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, incredible. Yeah.
Darren's also saying to us that even the appearance of Orac would have looked futuristic at the time.
Yeah.
And then Robert's saying, yeah, but Orac was as portable as a crate of beer.
This is rather large.
You can't say that.
Yeah. Well, Sally Navette always says it was a very heavy prop.
Right, would have been.
You could tell when you could tell in the episode when they were carrying it.
From a prop standpoint, that must have been about. Must have been about at least 5 mil perspex made out of, and then you've got all the other perspex inside. And then you've got the lights, and there'd be batteries.
Yeah.
Well, when I watched it today again on a rewatch, I did laugh when Ensor's literally on his last legs and he's half up, half dead. And Callie says, "Here, can you help me carry him down the tunnel? Come hold of that. Come on, don't be lazy."
That was an ad lib by Jan. Help me carry this bloody thing back. No, I'm kidding. John Mason saying to us, time became a portable computer in the Tomorrow People in a couple of years earlier. Oh, Tim became a portable computer in the Tomorrow People.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know that either. Thanks for that, John Mason.
He did. Yeah.
Can I just say to all our American friends that may be joining us either live here as we're talking to you or watching it on the playback, because Blake 7, of course, hasn't really cracked America to the extent that something like Doctor Who did, for example. But spoiler alert, if you wanted to know what the hell is Orac, Orac wasn't, as you may be realizing now, another human character. This is Orac.
Yeah.
A know-all computer that could do practically everything and anything. But what a design this was at the time.
Yeah. It's got a slinky in it.
Yeah, that's got a slinky.
It's very 70s, isn't it?
Yeah, but I love the fact as well that, again, for new viewers, on the top left there, you can see a little rectangular box. It's an on and off key.
Yeah.
And that noise.
Yeah, that was a great little sound effect, that was.
I always thought it was a wasp got stuck in it or something like that, you know.
Well, I watched this earlier a couple of weeks ago, just before we done it, and again today. And my wife goes, "What is that noise? What is that thing?" I say, "It's Orac." She said, "What's Orac?" I said, "That's Orac there. That grabs the shoebox."
That little thing.
Buzzing noise like a wasp.
Yeah.
Does anybody else think that Orac in this is a little bit like William Hartnell?
Yes, that's what.
Yeah, sounds a little bit like him. Sounds a bit like him, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. David
And also the whole attitude.
very like Hartnell's.
Yeah. Chris Lawley is saying, hello, Chris. How are you? I love Blake 7. Good for you. Yeah, well, we do as well. That's why we're doing these episodes, these reviews. Robert saying to us, the complaining, disappointed news Orac made when it switched off.
Oh, yeah.
I like the bit with Avon throws the remote control.
Yeah.
In this episode,
He smiles as well. He laughs. That's the only time we see you in this episode. He's more got a bit of humor when he's asking them a question.
Yeah, it's true. The whole thing about this Orac strikes me today because he's actually working and doing what he wants to do when he's switched off. He's actually a 1970s version of AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's an artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. And you might switch him off. You might take the key out, but he's still going. He just can't talk to you. But he could still, if you want to tap into the ship or anything around it. You know, it's a bit spooky, isn't it? It's a little bit ahead of its time here. This is great stuff from Terry Nation.
Oh yeah.
He's on power save mode.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point. Yeah.
He's on rest mode.
Yeah. The lovely Matt is with us, Matt Enspiel, and you've just reminded me, Matt, of this. I remember Blue Peter showing off Orac, and that is a memory that has just come back to me. I don't think that's on the Blu-ray.
It's not.
I don't think it is.
Wow.
It's not. There's one or two things missing off the Blu-ray.
That's a shame.
It's not on it.
Because I actually, that rings a bell, Matt. Goodness me.
Blue Peter would often do, Box of Delights, Doctor Who, Blake Seven, BBC.
Oh yeah, they did everything, didn't they?
Yeah.
Biddy Baxter was great at that sort of stuff, though, wasn't she? She knew a hit when she saw it, and she knew something that the kids were going to be interested in, and got it on Blue Peter. Great bit of publicity for the producers of these shows to get on Blue Peter, because Blue Peter itself was getting something like 15 million, wasn't it? 15, 20 million, something like that. Huge show. Twice.
Everybody watched Blue Peter.
The bracelets are on the Blu-ray. How to make the bracelets?
Yes, those bloody bracelets from Blue Peter. I spent years walking around the old-fashioned market stalls around Liverpool and Cheshire and wherever my family were, trying to find a bloody pink button to go on the and also, you can't bake those bracelets anymore, because you used to have to cut round a Robinson's plastic bottle, remember?
Oh yeah.
And of course now the Robinson rings are thinner.
Yeah.
Because you used to get 3 rings on a Robinson bottle, and you would cut the middle one out and sandpaper it down, and that would be your frame around the cardboard for your bracelet. But now you can't do it because they are that thin now, and there's about 6 of them on there. What a shame. Robinsons, if you watch him, send me some orange juice because I need it. But also, can you take it back to the 3 rings around the bottle so we can all start making our Blake 7 Liberator bracelets again? Thank you. Love you lots. Thank you. I never realized that Orac and Zen were the same voice artist for years. What a great performance as John Mason he was, talking to himself. There are some scenes coming up in series 2, as we know, and beyond, into 3, where Zen and Orac tolerate each other, don't they? And he's basically talking to himself. That must have been brilliant.
Self banter.
He got played twice as well for 2 different characters.
There's something I've just realised as well. When Orac takes over the Liberator, when you think about, I know we're jumping a bit, but second season and the first episode, how he actually, spoiler alert, destroys the other Liberator, the other DSV-1.
You're jumping ahead a hell of a lot now, so bring it back. Stick with the episode. Yeah, we'll deal with that on the next episode. So what we've got here. Thanks for everybody for joining us, and keep your comments coming. Was there ever any plans for an Orac toy or model kit, says Darren? Probably not, because they didn't think in those days, did they? They just didn't think.
It doesn't have wheels, does it? It doesn't fly on it.
No.
The BBC made some small ones. Apparently, when the show finished, Vila was gifted, and all the crew were gifted with small Oracs.
Were they?
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Oh God, I'd like those. I'd like to say hello and welcome to Warflare, who's just joined us. Hello, Warflare. How are you? I've just found about this. Yeah, thank you very much. And he's then going on to say that the original Orac prop measures 18.5 inches wide by 14.5 inches deep by 10 inches high. There are 2 main versions of the prop. There were 2.
2 Oracs.
God, that must have been expensive for them.
Yeah, one they could drop, one they had to leave alone.
Or was it like K9 or Warflare? Was the one that was the flashy dancey thing, and was there a lightweight one?
Yeah. Probably, yeah, because they took it on location a few times.
They did. Well, and let's, if you don't know, this is Orac's, obviously his debut episode. We say his, don't care. And he's in it now to the very last episode in series 4. He becomes a regular. And, you know, an annoying regular at times, but he's there.
Do you think like Avon even goes up another level when Orac's on the scene? That the banter is just great. I think it really brings another dimension to Avon. The way he just tolerates him and is sarcastic to him, and you know, there's quite a lot of animosity at times between the 2 of them, isn't there? 2 characters.
Yeah, you're right, Graham.
You know.
Yeah, but there's also a sort of, I think there must be a shock coming for them, because when we're talking about the beginning of the episode, they've had this whole recap of what happened in the last episode. We know they're on their way to Aristo. The crew are starting to fall ill to radiation poisoning from Cephlon. They've got no way of curing it on the Liberator, even though it's supposed to have one of the best medical units in the universe. There is no cure for radiation there. So that's another sort of, now that's another Terry Nation tradition, isn't it?
I was
Radiation
thinking-
poisoning. Yeah.
Yeah, the
And he's done it
Daleks.
already in this series, but he's doing it again here. So it's a tradition there.
But he did it in Skyrim, the first Dalek story, didn't he?
Yeah. And then the year after he does it in Destiny of the Daleks.
Yeah, it's a regular one, isn't it?
He likes his radiation, doesn't he?
He loves it.
But
It's a great
thought
device.
I thought it was quite good that it did follow on this one from the last story with the radiation being a major part to play. It didn't get forgot about. It was suddenly, of course, they said at the beginning of last week.
Yeah, it's consistent.
So
it's a nice transition.
And I was a bit watching it again today. If you want to be critical, I was thinking because they mention about the seas are acidic and it's a lot of acid water and things like that, and that kind of dies a death. Because I thought they could have perhaps made a bit more of that, but it's not a problem.
I missed that. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, they said it's acidic. The lakes or the seas are acidic.
That's from the Keys of Marinus, another Terry Nation.
Yeah,
yes, of course it is. Yeah. Well, he reuses his ideas all the way around, doesn't he? And that's fine. Because each series is going to get people coming to Blake 7 at this particular point wouldn't have known what the Keys of Marinus was.
No, they wouldn't.
And of course, at that point, none of us had seen it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. and that was we've got to remember when they were writing it. There was I've used that before, but nobody will know because it's not as if they're going to see it again. So I'll just put it into this.
Yeah.
They didn't see VHS coming along, did they? And they didn't see DVD, and they certainly didn't see Blu-ray coming along.
He's put in the water, doesn't he? When he teleports down.
Yeah.
That's
That's common for that.
Talking about doing the Star Trek thing at the weekend. Avon comes up with a Star Trek phrase on the Liberator. He says, "Make sure." He says to Gan and Jenna, "Make sure one of you is awake at the controls. You can beam us back up."
Beam us up, yeah.
I don't know whether that was a Freudian slip or what, but he says it.
Yeah, he does say it. Yeah, he does. Yeah. I think we all noticed that. And obviously didn't have time to go back and say, no, that the word is teleport. You can't say that in this one. But there's a whole mystery to this as well, because as we're en route, though, and for the viewer as well, it's established that the Federation are willing to pay a hell of a lot of grotsits for Orac, a hell of a lot. Servalan confirms that it's worth more than what she's actually got it for with the deal. Right, she confirmed that in the last episode as well, I think, as well. And it's worth a lot. It's worth a lot. So there's this whole mystery over why is he? And because at this point, you might be thinking it's just another human being type character coming through. You don't imagine. So when you see it's an all-powerful computer with the ability to tap into all the systems around the universe, including, of course, the Federations, the penny drops, doesn't it? And I do not understand as Avon, as the walking, talking computer, hasn't thought about that by this particular point, thinking this won't be human. Or if he has, it's not shown on screen. I think it's a bit sort of...
Yeah. Avon would have kept that information to himself, I think.
Do you think he would have done?
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing Avon.
Avon always likes to be about at least 3 steps ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. That's true. That's very true. So you think he knew? Again, watching it today, Richard, I'm watching it again thinking, has he put 2 and 2 together here and thought, you're all looking for a fella, and it's not going to be a fella, it's going to be a computer.
I mean, in the day, you see that kind of thinking from Avon come home a lot in season 1, and obviously the antagonism between him and Blake. But then you see it even more in season 2 because he's always thinking ahead, just in case something happens. And then obviously you've got the situation where they'd been down there for a certain length of time, and he's literally, I'm just going to have to do this myself because you guys can't sort this out.
Yeah.
So I'm not dying here.
Yeah.
Come here. You're coming with me. But why I don't want to, you're coming with me. That's it.
And And he gets that great line, doesn't he, with Vila, when Vila says, "Die, I can't die," and he says, "What is it? Yes, you can. It's the
yes, you can.
Master, even you." And that's a good line. That's a good line.
It's brilliant. But it does. You're right. I love the way how he is Avon here. He's losing his patience, but he's doing it in the Avon way, isn't he? He's actually very calm when he's losing his patience, and I love that. You know, it's nicely played by Paul Darrow as well. With the
but
fact
he does give
really
Vila a hard time,
it.
doesn't he? When Vila he goes, then crawl that I can't. Vila says I can't even walk. I can't walk. You know, because I've got radiation. Well, crawl, you can do it. You've got to get there. You know.
Yeah, because he's got to go and sort them. He suddenly realised there's something going on, and I've got to sort it out, even though I'm full of this crap, and I'm literally
messed up again.
Yeah, that sort of stuff. It's just another thing in their relationship, isn't it? That works for Avon against Blake. You know, you can't do anything right, you bloody fool.
Yeah.
Steve Braddock is saying, can I just say the model effects of the Liberator in orbit above the planet were beautiful? Yeah,
absolutely spot on that, Stephen.
Yeah,
my model, that's not mine. My model.
Take the credit.
My model.
I think there was three things that were really good in this opening of the episode, where you see Gan walking into a part of the Liberator and he's like really dizzy, and it remind me of a headache advert, you know, added an advert.
Yes.
And then you see it yet again. Jenna found time to change her clothes even though she's not well.
Yes.
And
I didn't spot that.
There's that scene where Avon pushes the wheelie table where the teleport braces are, and he sees Gan and he says, I don't want to die alone.
That's it. Yeah.
But you can see, even though the character of Gan starting to be like, what can we do with him? What can we do with this character?
Yeah. It really struggles, doesn't it? Struggle every week.
Yeah. It's not long now, isn't it? And you're right, it's there, isn't it? But you can also see to a sort of extent that, you know, Orac's there as the replacement.
Yeah.
You know, and a much easier character to work with, even albeit lazy, because this box of tricks, it's what I always called the magic box, because he knew everything. He knew absolutely everything, and it was a great way for the writers to solve those usual science fiction problems that we all know about, wasn't it? Oh, just ask Orac and he'll come up with something silly for you, you know. But no, you're right. We've got loads here. Chris Lawley saying that Paul Darrow made Blake 7. He really did, didn't he? He really did. We've got Jethrit with us. Hi, mate. There's a wonderful video that I think is still on the Tube of Who of Peter Tuddenham doing answer phone messages in the voice of Zen, Orac, and the other one, that'll be Slave. And it's rather lovely. Oh, bless him. Funky. Orac is the only computer Avon cannot control, no matter how much he thinks he can. That's very true. They are very much on a level, aren't they? But Orac is superior, and Avon knows it. It must really annoy Avon when he has to go and ask Orac for something or to do something. But this develops. You actually see this, don't we, who viewers, as we get through the next series and into the next series. There's a relationship between Avon and Orac that develops. I'm really looking forward to talking about that as we see it come across. Chris Lawley's actually mentioning it here. Did it become Avon 7 or Orac 7? Well, yeah. And hello to Tom Colby. Nice to see you. I remember watching Blake 7 when I was about 8 years old. Oh, you're the same age as me then, Tom. Nice to see you. Yeah, huge, wasn't it, Tom? Oh, Mark Greaves is saying to me, JT, the Liberator teleport bracelets replicas are on eBay, but they're over £100 each. What? Oh, I won't be buying that, Mark. Sorry.
We'll get Richard to knock some up for us.
Yeah. Either that or Robinson's, please change the bottles back to 3. And I can make
if I was going to make them, they'd look all nice and sexy. Wouldn't work though. Sorry. Won't work.
What else we got here? Tom Colby again saying, I remember Servalan being not hard on the eye and Orac being obnoxious. That's the beauty of this thing, because he is, isn't he? He's actually insufferable.
Yeah. I mean, when they first get him back to the Liberator and turn him on, nobody, they would have turned him off, don't they, straight away and throw the thing over the shoulder.
I would have gone berserk if I were the prop guy who built that.
Get away.
That cost a lot to make, that one. That cost a lot to make.
Don't fix that now, you idiot.
You're right, though. I mean, they just don't know what to do. I mean, at the time, Orac, I mean, you can see the size of him there. I mean, if they did that now, it would be minuscule, wouldn't it? They'd have to do something. I mean, you know, we all know there's this proposal to try and bring Blake 7 back. how would they do Orac? Because there is no way, if they include Orac in the lineup, that they could do it like that now.
I've got some ideas.
Oh, you've got ideas.
I've got ideas.
If you want to if the new team want to get in touch with with Richard, then you can, and you can do it via me.
Oh, no, go through Chris first. Go through Chris. Go through Chris.
I'm just joking. I'm joking. What else we got? Yeah, I mean, but it's massive, isn't it? The whole thing.
Yeah,
but that's, I mean, when you actually get to Ensor's home, for want of a better word, it's actually quite a nice set that they've put together for Ensor.
Oh,
It's been left something like 40 or 30 years, depending which version you want to look at. And he's made it into, and he's got his plants there, he's got his fish there, and he's got his companion there. And we have to remember as well that in the previous episode, we've met his son, Ensor Jr., who's been killed. And that's part of the storyline into this, because Ensor Jr. was taking the drugs his father needs here. So Blake now delivers them.
I thought it was sad when he fed his fish for the last time and watered his plants, didn't he, before he goes. Goodbye to the fish.
Yeah, I'll be back soon. Yeah. We knew he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor fish. Never mind.
The poor fish. He wasn't back soon.
They copped it.
But again, it's that it's a lovely setting, isn't it? It's a lovely scene.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know, compared to what we've been through in the rest of the episodes of Series 1, this one feels a little bit more safe in a sense. You know, that where Ensor is, it's homely, it's safe. You know, when Blake gets there, he's okay. You've got this whole thing, this whole palaver of how he gets to him and Callie get to the Ensor, you know, with the drone. There's a drone in it, everybody. There's a drone in this, again, predicting the future.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
That new version of the drone on Blu-ray looks fantastic.
Yeah.
That was that was all redone. I didn't have a hand in that. That's Chris and guys down there, Ryan and etc.
On the DVD,
and they filmed it at the beach. They did film it on the beach.
Wow.
Did they?
Wow.
Yeah.
The DVD original version, the CSO is dreadful in it. Really bad. It all fringing badly.
It still is on the cleanup, to be quite honest, because that scene where Avon and Vila arrive, and you can still tell it's CSO. They've tried what they can with it, but CSO is CSO.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do
time,
with it, really. But yeah, it's of its time, yeah. But I love that whole scene where they arrive on the beach, because it looks fabulous. You've got that massive big cliff, you've got the sound of the waves, you've got the sea going on here. It's wonderful. I think it looks really good. I think it works.
I have to admit as well, the remaster of that location looks very good in HD now.
Yeah.
Right. So I still feel it's still in the quarry, and then they filmed the beach on the one side. So
yeah.
Because I look at the beach and I just go, look at all that clay on their feet. They're mudded up to bloody hell.
Yeah, because you don't see the actors actually standing next to the surf, do you?
No.
And when there's a shot of Vila, when they've teleported down with Avon, they teleport down, and Vila puts his foot in a puddle of water or acid, as Graham's pointed out.
Which you could see was done on set.
It was done on set, and you can see the rubber underneath the gravel.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Looks a bit too clean.
It was filmed at for Doctor Who and Blake 7 fans, it's filmed at a famous location. It's Springwell Lock Quarry in Rickmansworth. In
Elfshock.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a hell of a lot that went on there, isn't it? Yeah. So it's Springwell Lock Quarry, and it would have had the sea added into it. But that's why I'm saying I think it works really well. I think it looks great.
Yeah.
What we got there from Warflare, Orac wanted to learn, so although he got them out of plenty of messes, he would put them in danger on purpose to analyze and learn. Yeah, he did. That's one of the things. He's very Seventh Doctor, isn't he, really, on that? He does that. We're going to see that coming up very soon, actually, in the next series. Emerald Scorpio, it's nice to see you. Welcome. I think I saw Orac in Destiny of the Daleks. Possibly. And Tom Colby's asking us, was it named Orac because it was short for Oracle? Oh,
could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
We see you clever there, Tom. You're ahead.
Terry Nation playing with words again.
Yeah, it could be that. Absolutely. Oh, Mark is actually saying to my point there, the lazy way of doing an Orac now would be a shipboard hologram or yet another android, which they could possibly do because the huge success of Data in Star Trek The Next Generation. Yeah, the only problem with that, of course, you've got actors that age, as you see in the
I wouldn't use that. That was an idea but I went, no, you're just going to go, that's not all right. That's just a robot walking around like Data. Yeah, my idea's not that.
Yeah, yeah. Wolflayer is actually saying to us, yes, it's a play on Oracle. Isn't that great? Thank you for that, Wolflayer. That's brilliant. Mark McIntosh, I love Ensor's cantankerous personality. Derek Farr steals the scene. He was such a lovely actor. You're right, but he had this habit, I think, Mark, of any show he was in, he was always the star of that little scene he was in, even if the series wasn't hit. There was something about Derek Farr that made him memorable to me as an 8-year-old, because when I saw him on Blake 7, I know this guy. And when I saw him in certain things after Blake 7, I said, oh, he was in Blake 7.
Yeah.
Well, I noticed in this story, when he's all aggressive and snappy to Blake and Callie, and then they mentioned about his son that he died. And so he said, I'm sorry, doesn't he? I'm sorry, it's just my way. Please don't take it to heart. I'm just, and he kind of mellows out a bit. Yeah. It's a lovely performance from the actor.
Yeah. Because it says he just shows the other side of it. But this is like Orac.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's established at the end that Orac has taken the character of his creator.
Yeah.
He's a big film actor as well, Derek Farr. He's on a lot of British films in the 50s and 60s.
He was, yeah. Go on, Lex.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's sort of like he's downloaded his memories and his voice into Orac. So he has a talk with him. But what I think was a very powerful scene was like he looked like he wanted to look at the Liberator, never got his chance, and that death scene was like it got to you, didn't it? It's like he's gone.
Yeah. Because you got to like him.
Oh yeah. I thought what would be like.
What is it with little kids of a certain age who are certainly in our day when we were kids? Why did you always like the cantankerous, grumpy characters in the show?
Because they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah.
They were like a granddad, weren't they?
Yeah. I think it must be that sort of grandparenty type thing, and you gravitate towards them. So I remember being gutted when Ensor dies. Just think, because they were on the way back to the Liberator, and you thought they were going to get out of it, and it was actually a bit of a shock, thinking, oh my god.
When I first watched it in the 90s, I thought he was going to join the crew. When I first watched it, and then I went, oh, he's dead.
No, I thought they were going to take him to their hospital and then put him home again, but there you go. Yeah. Chris Kaz, nice to see you, mate. I was 8 when this was out too. I remember watching this episode at my nan's and her saying at that final scene, well, that's the end of that. None of us knew. I don't remember anything. And maybe the big hardcore fans that were there at the time would be able to tell us, but I don't remember anything at the end of the episode to say Blake 7 will be back next year. I don't remember anything about that. No, John Keeley's given us a super chat. Thank you, John. With this, talking about Orac, what happened to Orac or Gouda Prime at V7 series finale? Well, hello. We're jumping ahead a bit there, John Keeley.
Jumping ahead.
By a couple of years, yeah.
Can't put that bit yet. Stop it.
No comments.
Spoilers.
Big spoilers. Yeah.
It's a bloody Scorpio. Yeah, steady.
Yeah. It's a question, though, that's in Blake 7 fandom to this day. Where the hell is Orac? He's probably controlling everything. Because remember, he was switched on. We assume he was switched on. So he's probably turned into some great, big, massive thing now, controlling the whole universe. We've gone mad. Radium, good to see you, Radium. Orac, a computer that can access data on all other computers. Terra Nation predicted the internet. He was a clever man, wasn't he, Gradium? Yeah. He was a really clever man. And Chris Lawley is saying to us, God, I never thought as Blake 7 as the Magnificent 7, but ... Yeah. John Mason is saying, I think that the internet already existed. It was around in a very early form, wasn't it, a BT? I remember being told that once at a BT conference.
Is it late 60s, American military or something like that? Or
NASA had it as well, didn't he?
No, it was British invention, though.
Was it? Yeah.
No, it was totally British. Okay. Yeah, it was a British invention. So Yabu the rest of the world. Ensor was a great character. He'd been a great recurring character, and he was great in the Time Warrior too. Yes,
the guy with the broken glasses.
Yeah. I didn't think of that. Of course, yeah.
When somebody was asking about Destiny of the Daleks, there was an Orac in the background. I did a bit of research.
Go on.
This.
Hang on. Let me just put this up here. Hang on.
Is that all right?
Oh, the bubble thing. Yeah, it's very similar.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
It's brother.
Very similar. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Could be Orac's brother, Ted.
Well, talking of things similar, I got this recently.
Oh, hang on.
Adventure game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm convinced watching this recently that the Phibians are the Argons on this.
They probably are.
They are the same costume.
Painted.
They look exactly the same. Because this is obviously a light-hearted game show from the late 70s, early 80s, and the monsters in it are comical, funny things. But I'm sure they're the same costumes from this particular Blake 7. And talking of which, I've not watched it yet, but Paul Darrow's on this apparently. So.
I've seen that episode. It's
I've
really
not seen it yet.
It's really good.
I mean, like Arsene, that thing used to stress me out every week.
Yeah.
Well, they put one of those episodes onto the season 21 Blu-ray that's coming out for Doctor Who because Janet Fielding was on it.
Yeah.
Ah,
just to let you know, if
one or two.
If you don't know what we're talking about, though, we just diverted a little bit. That's the adventure game, which was on children's BBC as it is, or evolved into, for so many weeks a year. And it had various people from entertainment or science or news or whatever it was, who would come on and they would be taken into another planet. And they had to get through all these games. It was actually the forerunner for the Crystal Maze and something else that's come after it.
Fort Boyard.
Fort Boyard, yes. But it was a huge hit with kids. We all watched it. It was fantastic.
Sorry for the diversion.
That's fine, yeah. And Paul Darrow was in one of them. It was on one of them. Good.
I've not seen it yet, so I'll watch it later.
It was great. It was absolutely, but I was addicted to the thing every week.
I watched it as a kid. Yeah, I remember as a kid, but I've watched one or two of them. I haven't got the Darrow's one yet.
There's another point in this that I noticed as well, that here we go again with Nurse Callie, everybody, in this episode. I still don't know exactly where Callie became a nurse in series 1. I can't figure it out.
She never got a spin-off series, did she, as a medical drama? Nurse Callie, the series.
Yeah, that would have been a huge hit. But
well, she's the empath, though, isn't she? So it fits her character slightly more than Jenna.
I'm not so sure, because when we meet her, she's gung-ho.
Yeah, she is. She's the guerrilla fighter, isn't she, when we meet her?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What I wondered, watching it today, not so much as a kid, it didn't matter. But if you look at the day, do you think it would have been better if Avon had killed Travis and the next henchman on series 2 isn't a different Travis, it's somebody else completely different, a new character, rather than have Brian Croucher playing Travis?
Well, at that point, they didn't realise Stephen wasn't coming back.
Really?
Why did he leave? They were trying to keep it for quite a long time, but it was a late decision.
He wanted to do other projects, didn't he, as well?
Yeah, he got a film he wanted to do, and he wanted the character to change a little bit because he wasn't happy with the way the character was written for the end of the episodes when he was doing that. I'll get you, Blake. He thought that was quite weak. So he wasn't sure whether he would do a second series because they hadn't signed him up on the contracts like they did with the main cast. So David Maloney wanted to keep him, and it was a late decision to get Brian in when he obviously wasn't going to come back.
Well, he had to take all the other work he was being offered, didn't he? He also had an injury, didn't he, to his Achilles?
Because that's not Stephen Grief running through the laboratory.
No,
it's
that's
not.
why they do the shots with the fish tank. The guy that does it, I don't know if you're familiar with Citizen Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is what Stephen was doing at the same time as Blake 7. Well, one of the two bodyguards in Citizen Smith was a guy called Barry somebody. He was asked to double for Stephen in the studio session because he was roughly the same height. And they said, you can double for him. That's why they did the funny shots. But then Stephen had to do voiceovers, and he looked at the screen. He looked at this actor doing it. Look the way he's standing. He doesn't even walk like me.
No, it's not. No, it's not. But yeah, I mean, in the whole part of the episode, obviously you didn't notice it at the time, whereas an adult you sort of do. It's bad, isn't it? That when they cut to their feet, it's such a shame. But they got
on the hoof, really.
Yeah. They had to be creative. They had to do something about it, didn't they? I love the way that Jackie, as well, at that particular point, she comes through into Ensor's place. There's smoke everywhere. The set's falling down because the door's coming off because it's been blown up. and she can't help but look at camera. I love that bit. Absolutely lovely. She just still says the line, is still professional, but she catches the camera and looks directly into the camera.
Yeah.
I just think, oh, isn't she gorgeous? Isn't she lovely?
Yeah.
I love that. It just carries on. She just carries on. Funky is saying to us quite rightly, I'm going to leave my opinion on Travis Mark II until Brian Croucher turns up in the reviews, which will be next month, of course. We'll be going to the next episode next month, so stay with us. Yeah, I mean, I just think it works really well, this whole thing. I love the exterior shots, as I said, when the Blake and Callie arrive. I love the fact that the drone, which is controlled by Orac, is still mysterious enough for you to think, what is this? And it's all building up to the reveal of Orac himself as the box.
It's like the drone in Star Wars, isn't it? You know, in the first Star Wars movie, on the Death Star.
Oh, you mean the droid?
They bring that ball in to Princess Leia.
Yeah.
Well, the one with syringe on it, yeah.
Yeah, it's almost the same design.
Oh, I haven't.
It just hit me. Yeah.
But it is brilliant, and you know, I just think the whole thing works beautifully together, and the mystery that comes through, the situation of curing the liberated crew is resolved at this point, as you can see here, as Ensor just is fantastic and says, "Oh, just over there, I've got a whole load of all these drugs and stuff. I don't use them. Go and help yourself."
Yeah.
It's all in a cupboard. It's just brilliant. It's all ready for them. So Callie takes out a whole box saying, "I've got enough for everybody." Woo! That problem solved. Well done, Terry.
I think what was really good was when Avon had the last laugh with Travis and shoots his robotic hand. And you hear Travis does a terrific yell. Ah!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, every time. I mean, that's happened before in the series as well when he got his hand blown off. Remember previously?
Yeah.
How does he feel that? I don't know, because it's not. Oh, anyway.
It's bionic, isn't it? So you can...
Yeah. Darren's asking, JT, are you returning to singular episodes from now on? No, Darren, we won't be, because obviously there's 13 episodes of the series, of each series, and there's only 12 months. So we will be doubling up occasionally. And also because we're trying to catch up with ourselves now, we are going to be starting series 2 next month, which is what? March. So Redemption is on the way to you next month, but we will be doubling up so that we get series 2 done by Christmas. The reason being, of course, is that we are expecting an announcement for series 3 on Blu-ray around about October time-ish. And then we can start with series 3, episode 1, hopefully, touch wood, if everything goes planned this year, next year. There we go. So that's the plan. But we will be doubling up some of them. Because I know that you did like some of them, the doubling up. So thanks for that, Darren. And what's that from Mark? Mark's saying to us, there's also some nice comedic bits during all the crisis. Vila banging his head on the door frame. Leaving
that was funny.
Yeah.
I actually thought he did it on purpose.
What, to drive attention to himself?
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's a bit heavy.
Again, it's this problem that we've talked about throughout this series, isn't there, with the fact that there are all these characters. So here, poor old Gan, as we've said, written off. He's not even given the time of day, really, is he? He's off to be sick somewhere. That's fine. Jenna left to operate the teleport again. And Vila.
Yeah.
Well, he's very lucky in a sense, isn't he, that he gets to teleport down to the planet. He gets something to do with Avon. Do you not think?
Good point. Yeah.
Totally true. Yeah.
It is hard, though, isn't it? Trying to create storylines on an equal basis with that many characters, especially with Terry Nation writing all of these initial 13 stories. But I think the first series of, I mean, I've not watched 2, 3, and 4 for quite some time, so I'll watch it during the course of our reviews. But there's a uniformity of the first series, but all written by the same guys in there, and it kind of all flows quite well. And you don't get so much highs and lows, do you, sort of thing? I think it's
very
even
consistent.
Skill. Chris
Boucher is also playing a part in that, I think.
I think Chris has really started to find his way with this now, hasn't he, with Terry's scripts and putting things in. I mean, we've talked about how Terry is relying on stuff that he knows works and he's used before, and that's fine, because if it's not broke, why fix it? You know, and you know, this is his vision, this is his series. But I actually do think this has to be. You've got a really strong opener with the Way Back, episode 1.
Oh, yeah.
This is a really strong episode as well.
Yeah.
And I think between the Way Back and here, these are probably the strongest two for me out of the entire 13 episode run.
Yeah.
I watched the documentary.
Interesting.
I watched the documentary straight after watching Orac, and Terry Nation was saying like he it was all penciled in and he knew where he was going, and then he even got to the stage where he was thinking, have I run out of ideas for actual stories? And I'll give him the ring, I'll give him the phone call and say, no, it's off, forget it. I could only think about 3 episodes. But obviously he worked it through and he got all the episodes sorted and fleshed out.
He must have been shattered at this. I mean, it's no wonder that suddenly in series 2 you're getting other people coming on board. There is no way that man could have sustained another 13 episodes without completely burning out by episode 3 or 4.
He would have had a breakdown, wouldn't he?
The quality would have gone down as well.
Yeah, quality would have fallen to the floor, wouldn't it? It would have been hard.
I mean, the whole thing about this now is you actually have, with series 1, because it's all done by Terry, you've got a very concise series, haven't you?
Yeah.
For others now to come in and develop. And that's how it should be in my eyes as well. And we're going to see more of that, of course, as we get through
fresh ideas.
But certainly you've got Chris Boucher, as you're saying there, Andy. He's really, I think, holding up Terry here at this point now. And he's thinking, right, this is what we can do with this element. This is what we can. And because this is, in actual fact, part 2 of a trilogy, in my eyes, they've actually sort of set up the theme for series 2. So ahead of the time. They really are. You know, I think it's fantastic.
I mean, the biggest compliment I can pay was when I watched it today and the cliffhanger came the end. You just want to go straight on to the next story. That cliffhanger. I mean, it's brilliant. It's a really strong cliffhanger. And then obviously back in the day to wait a year, whatever it was, on not X amount of months. It's a great cliffhanger. It's exciting, it's intriguing, it doesn't make sense, it's not hard, it's not easy to understand what's going to happen. You can't predict where it's going to go. Orac's just come on the scene and predicted this awful catastrophe. It's brilliant.
I mean, if you compare it to like the current Doctor Who situation,
oh my.
Yeah, we're left with a cliffhanger of what?
The kitchen sink nonsense. No, this is a proper. This is what you get. You get a proper thing, and it's Orac being very cocky, isn't it? As you illustrated before, it's Orac being cocky because he says he can see into the future as basically. And there's this one thing about this ship is going to be destroyed, and then they panic slightly. Zen check everything. This is blah blah blah. They do all this, and then they see the result of it. You know, I remember that vividly, guys. I remember it vividly at the time going, wow.
Yeah, I do. That's what I remember. Yeah, that's my main memory of this episode.
Yeah, you can throw the key away, but the prediction is the same.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
And when they turned off, Orac, Blake goes, it's still playing.
Yeah. It's going to happen.
But that shows you,
Lex, get the bow up with the Liberator.
That shows you, Lex, how Orac doesn't have to be switched on to still be doing his own thing.
So what was your feelings like when you first saw that for the first time? Where you go, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
If it comes back?
Blown away, I was.
I can't remember when I was a kid, when I watched it when I was a kid. I can't remember it.
You know, I remember it vividly being
I remember the end bit vividly. Yeah. I don't remember the story, but the end bit gripped me, the spaceship blowing up.
Yeah.
Thinking,
I remember it, and I remember us talking about it the day after at school, going, "Oh my god!" But you said if it was coming back, like back then, there was an assumption it just was.
Yeah.
You just assumed it was going to come back.
Yeah, you didn't think it was going to end, did you? No.
But you used to the Doctor Who cliffhangers working out, so I guess subconsciously you knew it'd be all right.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't actually. I remember being quite concerned about the fact that this was the Liberator being blown up. And actually, it happens twice if you think about it. You know, we're jumping ahead again there. It does come true as a final thing eventually. I know it's unrelated, but it does. But you've got this whole... I remember just not thinking... This was the brilliant thing, Andy, for me about Blake 7. It wasn't as safe as Doctor Who.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, you're right.
So I was always, I remember thinking there along the lines of what's going to happen and not seeing any way out of it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. And then, like, without going too far ahead, the fact that lead characters did die prior to Adric, you know, we wouldn't have known about Sour Kingdom and Katrina back in the day, but, you know, lead characters died. That didn't happen in our world, really, did it? But they
not in our cozy world, no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but it was the whole, as I say, it was the whole thing about Blake 7 that I found a little bit scarier. Is that, you know, you could be popped off on this show, and that was it, and it was going to happen again a few episodes later, which really brought that home to me as a lad as well. You just you know, you're the fear around these things. It happens. Let's go and have a look and see what you are in what you're all saying in the chat to us. Funky is saying, Blake 7 was never safe to watch or even for any character in it. Absolutely. Radium is saying Orbit traumatized the young me. Vila was my favorite. All right. Yeah. Okay.
I remember that one. Yeah.
Darren Reed, Orac doesn't ever use that prophecy circuit again, though, does he? No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
One off, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe they learn their lesson and just say, let's take every day as it comes. Let's not ask the boxer tricks. And Paul, you're saying, why no Jodie on the last few episodes? Will she return for series 2? Jodie is actually, thank you for asking. She'll be delighted. Jodie is busy. She's doing a theatre production at the moment. She's in amateur dramatics, and she's doing a show. So she hasn't been able. She's been rehearsing for it because they take months to rehearse these things. And then they put the show on. So she's in the middle of doing that performance. I'm hoping she'll return for series 2. I know she wants to. So I'll fingers crossed she'll be back with us. Fingers crossed. But thank you for asking. I'll tell her, Paul, that you're asking for her. And Steve Braddock saying to us, when I originally saw the Liberator destroyed, it was so much more than the model. The new effect is like watching the real thing explode. It has real weight behind that explosion.
Again, we didn't blow it up. We didn't blow it up. Trust me.
Well, just another shout out, because as you'll know, if you've been following us on this series, Richard actually works on the new Blu-rays with all the effects and the models and stuff. But we do have to give, not just because he's on the show, if you haven't seen the Blu-rays yet and you can get them, I recommend them, because the alternative versions, which are the updated versions, are stunning. And Blake 7 has never looked so good. It's absolutely, you could actually take the new versions of that, stick them on BBC4.
Definitely.
Oh, easy.
Yeah,
easy.
And it would look as good, if not better, than certain other shows that have been on recently.
But I've got to tip my hat to Chris Thompson, because he's the guy he's got an artistic eye. He knows what he likes. He knows how to shoot something, and but the thing about it, he's very respectful of what came before. So he tries to shoot it identical, but just give it that extra bit of pizzazz, that extra little bit of something.
Yeah.
And that's it. It's as simple as that.
And it works.
Great bloke to work with.
Yeah. It works fantastic, because all the new effects that have been put in are just stunning. You know, we have visited planets, alien planets in this series. We've had some really good space shots. Even the title sequence with the new Liberator coming through looks smashing. It really does. So again, from us here at Who Views, if you can, and you can get hold of them or borrow a copy or whatever, have a look at the new CGI effects on the Blu-rays, because they're lovely. There's one thing that Andy found out about this, which I don't remember at all, but this episode was repeated. Now, you hardcore Blake 7 fans will probably remember this. All I remember was an edited version that came out of VHS and being quite annoyed about it and never revisited it. But I don't remember the fact that it was repeated. But here it is from the Radio Times, dated the 27th of December, 1978, a repeat showing of the story of Orac by Terry Nation. Now, this makes absolutely perfect sense that they've actually repeated this. And I mustn't have watched it, because 27th of December is still a bank holiday. They've put it on there at a bizarre time. Let's face it.
It took over the slot that the Doctor Who omnibuses at Christmas used to have from the year before.
Yeah. But it's nice because it's still Christmas time. But it makes sense that they repeated it because Blake 7 was about to return with the first part of series 2, which was obviously a continuation of this one. So did any of you guys see this?
No, I didn't know anything about this until I stumbled across it in the production diaries book, and then I searched it online.
That cast listing low isn't for Orac.
No, it's what they did was they got Deliverance, and they cut some of the scenes in Deliverance and trimmed it, stuck it onto Orac, trimmed a few scenes in Orac, and just called it Orac. So you don't see the finish time on this Radio Times listing. It was actually a 75-minute extended episode.
Hence the Meerkat, and
that's why she's listed in the cast. So this is the only episode that got a repeat viewing during the whole of the original run, and it's a compilation episode.
You can see Derek Farr in there as Ensor, though. Can you see that there?
Yeah.
But again,
Marriott and young Ensor are in there too.
As I say, it's pushing it together because the next episode that was coming, series 1 of series 2, episode 1, was a continuation, wasn't it? So it was a lovely way of the BBC to remind people, although it was recapped and cut and all this. This is where we're up to.
Yeah.
You don't get that today, do you? That's very considerate of the BBC today. They're showing very rare consideration there, I think.
Pity it wasn't on the Blu-ray like the Doctor Who omnibuses were.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't think we probably. I bet they ain't enough room to put the thing on. Basically,
maybe. But the tapes that exists, I looked up on Kaleidoscope's TV Brain database, and there's a catalogue number for it saying it's on 2-inch. So it's on a shelf somewhere.
Crikey. There we go. My rocker was with us saying that Orac was a bit of a dick, but a great character.
It's true.
It's very true. Funky saying, I actually delayed watching the last 2 episodes of season 1 until the series 2 boxes came out to watch the trilogy in one go with the new SFX. Fair enough, mate. Yeah.
Very disciplined.
That's very disciplined, yeah, because it was a year, wasn't it? Tom, what are you saying to us, Tom? Tom Colby, the series left a mark on me as a child. I still remember quite a bit of it. Same here, mate. And I think that's why it's very fondly remembered by a lot of our age group because it was really special, and why it's got a very loyal and passionate fan base.
Yeah.
Which is probably one of the only existing fan bases left in science fiction and fantasy that hasn't been poisoned in any way, if you know what I mean. It's still wholly about those 4 series. And that's nice. You know, there's nothing to fall out about basically in that fandom. It's lovely.
So, like we said before, it's so strong, isn't it? It's got such good characterization, such good storylines. Usually, I mean, it's on 1 or 2 episodes which we've all got maybe lesser opinions on, but predominantly it's consistently good. Great characterization. There's no cozy, predictable scenarios. Anything could happen at any time. Often it did, and it kept you intrigued and interested the entire 4 seasons.
Absolutely. Yeah. And this one, of course, sets a trend, whether they knew it or not, because every bloody season ends on a cliffhanger. It's really annoying. Okay. Darren's saying to us here, Derek Farr's Orac has authority, but Tuddenham's Orac adds pious, curt, and sanctimonious to the mix. Yeah, we have to point out, of course, if you're new to Blake 7, that Derek Farr, who plays Ensor in this episode, decided not to come back just to do a voice for Series 2. So, as we mentioned earlier, Peter Tuddenham, who was already a voice master for all sorts of things, including in certain episodes of Doctor Who, but here he was doing Zen, so he was given the role of Orac, and I think it was a running gag of Gareth Thomas's, wasn't it, that he was the highest paid cast member because he had 2 roles.
Wow. Yeah.
He also meant to have like a tent or something where he used to do his voice, and he had to have brown ale inside there as well.
Yeah, there's something about that. But it was similar to the guys that did the Daleks, like Roy Skelton and everybody, wasn't it? They were in a corner of the studio, curtained off. So they did the same thing apparently with Mr. Tuddenham. Any favorite? I'm not Tom. Tom, don't. No, we won't talk about that. No, we're not talking about. No. Let's hope that the fandom for Blake 7 say exactly the way they have always been, friendly and welcoming. Any favourite moments then from this episode, guys, before we do our scores?
Servalan's last line.
Oh, go
You're
on.
not you're in a lot of trouble, Travis.
Yeah.
That Travis
No, you
never
are.
got. That Travis
It's always
never
her
got,
plan, and then Travis gets the blame. I feel sorry for
poor
Travis.
Travis.
But that Travis never got the punishment, did he?
No, good call.
This is just the same one. Oh, bless.
I'm not entirely sure about Blake just saying, "Well, we won't kill you. We'll leave you, but we tell the Federation you let us take Orac. Just conveniently leave them alive, and that's a good way of not killing them off, sort of thing." But
It's never followed, is it? We never hear about that.
And also in that picture of Gan, he looks like, am I being replaced? In that picture.
This one here.
Yeah. He's thinking like, I'm going to do weightlifting with Orac.
If your famous comment is Avon and Blake saying to Avon, "Good shot." I was aiming for his head.
That's a great one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant one. Again, there's a bit of foreshadowing going on in that scene, isn't there? Really, but we'll come to that when we come to it. But it's whether it was intentional or not, it works. It's very well done for them all. Anyone got any other favorite bits from the episode?
Like continues when he says, "Oh, go and kill me then, Blake," and then Avon straight away, "No, leave me
Avon would do, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Servalan doesn't lose it, does she, when she thinks she's going to get shot?
No, she's more terrified of the monster down below, isn't she, in the depths of the planet? She's not frightened of being threatened by Blake at all, because she looks down on Blake Servalan, doesn't she? He's a piece of dirt that needs to be stamped out.
Is a good line, JT. When what is it? When Blake says, "I imagine you're going to kill me," with or without the Supreme Commander's say so, and she says no with her say so. So doesn't she? So she did say, "Yeah, you're definitely up for the high jump now, Blake. We're going to get it."
Yeah. I think I like the relationship between Servalan and Travis in this is a little bit different for a little while. As she becomes, when the whole thing's where they're going through underneath the planet and they're making their way to Ensor's gaff. She's softer because she realizes that whatever she thinks, he's the muscle.
But they've only got his arm gun. That's all they've got for protection.
Yes.
It's a highly risky strategy that she goes on, and he does remind her in the script that the stakes are high.
Yeah.
When his life is saved by Travis, that's the only time Travis has got a bit of a compassion for her. He says, "Are you all right?" And then scrubs her off within seconds.
Yeah, she doesn't reward him, does she?
No.
She blames him. It was her idea in the first place.
Well, this is the thing. This is the other thing about rewatching this and looking at Servalan on this. She's got that lovely line, which I'll paraphrase, where she says to him, "If they manage to get Orac, it's their success, the two of them." And it's just the way where she says to him, "You and I, the two of us." She's going to do him in.
Yeah.
He's not going to be turned.
Yeah, if they'd got Orac and the Zeus stuff, as soon as she got back to Earth or wherever she was going to take Orac to, he'd have met her. Grizzly.
I'm surprised that actually Travis didn't, when she was being attacked by the lizard creature, whatever. He just left her.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's still got a grudge on her after his friend had been killed by her own hands.
Yeah.
Yes, because that was the last episode, don't forget.
Yeah.
So that should carry through, and it's absolutely right it should carry through. I think they could have built a little bit more of it. I think they could have made him a little bit more angrier towards her. And maybe I put in a little bit of a few lines there to say, "Cut the attitude, Travis."
Or what about, "I've saved your life. Pity you couldn't save my friends."
They could have played more on it because he is still affected about it. But I think it's one of those things that sort of is lost a little bit in this. I think Terry may have lost that part of it. And it's a shame, really, because, again, it would have added that little bit more between Travis and Servalan. Say, this is why. Because he doesn't trust her. No. He knows that. But I don't think it comes out well enough in this episode, personally.
There isn't quite room for that to breathe, is there?
No. Not really. I think maybe if they stopped faffing around with the whole thing at the end of the thing where they actually get in, because of course when they break into the corridors where Ensor lives, there's Blake and Travis goes the usual Blake, and he doesn't care about anything else because he's just seen his arch enemy.
Instant reaction.
Yeah, it's all about Blake at that particular point, isn't it? To hell with everything else. There he is. I'm having him. You know, maybe if they. I don't know if they cut some, or maybe some of that, all that sort of nonsense on the Liberator with the sickness and all this sort of stuff. If they swap certain scenes, maybe for a scene between Servalan and Travis where they have that argument about what's happened in the last episode, and they bring it out in the open.
Well, they took them. I don't know how long the journey would have taken them to get to the planet, but they would have had to spend quite a few hours or days together. So,
days, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, probably to have that conversation.
But like I say, you never got to see even the ship landing, no dialogue.
No, they're just there, aren't they? They just turn up on the planet. And actually, you know they're on the way because it's set up in the last episode.
Yeah.
So for them to just turn up on the planet, that actually does work. But Andy, you're right. I've never actually thought about what they would have done for the 2-3 days, whatever they were traveling between A and B. Maybe they did have the route that, but I would have liked to have seen it.
Did they get an Uber?
Again, it's testament to the quality of the characters that we want to see the characters just talking amongst themselves. We want to see it because they're that strong characters.
It's
entertaining. Travis and Servalan are great characters. The two together works as a great dynamic.
Amazingly. Yeah. And they're not a comedic pairing either. They are a pairing which is typical of Blake 7. Lack of trust. Having been thrown together and having to get on with it, and not necessarily liking each other. Yeah, it can go
you can see other franchises have copied that from Blake 7, where their bosses don't like them, and when they come to some compromise, they team up, and then when they break apart again, it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. And not even just science fiction. You can see it in things like some of the police shows that have been around in the especially today, where you've got an antagonist sort of not going to do everything by the book detective, and his boss is going is going insane, or his or her boss is going insane. And that's still goes on today. Yeah. You can in a sense. You can in a sense. But yeah, I think this is a cracking episode, everybody. So now is the time where I'm going to ask everybody for their scores. If you're new to us here, this is what we do. We ask everybody in the chat, as well as the panel, to give our scores out of 10. So if you want to start putting your scores now out of 10, let's get ready. Okay, then. So, Lex, I'm going to start with you. What are you going to give Orac out of 10?
Okay. Excellent episode. Explosion finale. 10 out of 10.
Ooh, very good. Lovely. Graham, what about you?
Can't argue with that. The ending on its own merit is wonderfully exciting. The story's strong. It leaves you wanting more. It follows on nicely for the previous one. Leads nicely into the next one. 9 out of 10.
Lovely. Stephen Braddock saying to us, it was a great way to end on such a shocking cliffhanger. Nothing came close to the Next Generation Borg story, though. Fair enough. Okay. All right, Rich, what about you?
I'm going to be controversial. I'm going to say I'm going to give it an 8.
Ooh, okay. Still a high score, though.
It's a good episode. I'm not knocking it. It's a good episode. There's some good acting. There's a good story there. It builds. I feel that it's missing something.
Yeah.
And I can't put my finger on it. It's this, you've got a situation where the radiation, right, fair comment, and then they have to get there. I know that because it's following on from previous episode. But then it just seems to, we're straight in the tube, we're straight down below, we're there with Enzo. We're going to pick up all right, and then we go out, and then the confront. There's something missing. It's like a scene that should have been put in. It's like we were saying about the situation with Servalan and Travis. Was there something there that they cut out that was in there? But obviously, it's down to pacing. It's a good episode. I mean, 8's a good score. I think it's not a weak episode in the season. I think all the episodes in the season are very good. I think it's just one that's just, it's there, but it's not there, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Shoot me down, but...
No, not at all. I understand what you're saying. I know what you're saying at all. Andy, what are you going to give this?
Well, I hear where Richard's coming from. It's not the very best episode of Blake 7, because well, then it's such a strong series. That's not surprising.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it the same score that I gave Deliverance. I'm going to give it 9.
Yeah. No, fair enough. I love this episode. I think it's played beautifully. I think it's shot nicely. I love the characterizations, but I know what Richard means, that there is something that needs to be in it which isn't in it, and I can't put my finger on it as well. That's why I was suggesting possibly it's that argument I would love to have seen between Servalan and Travis carrying on from the previous episode and setting up why their relationship deteriorates in the next series. But I do enjoy it. I think it's great. I do think there's too much faffing around with the whole sickness type thing and what have you. But I think for me, this has to be the second strongest episode of the series. So because of that, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Okay. Let's go and see what they're saying to us in the chat. Matt, what you're saying to us, lovely. Definitely a 10. Fantastic. Funky is saying it's a 10 as well. Mystery playoffs and what a cliffhanger. Yeah, great. Mark McIntosh is also giving it a 10. A great blend of dark, high-stakes tension and deadpan British wit. Yeah. I don't understand why it never took off in America because of that, because the Americans would have recognized, oh, this is British telly. This is good stuff, you know? We're trying to do our bit on the channel here to try and get hypnosis over in America a little bit more. Jethrick is saying it's an 8 for me. Fair enough, Jethrick, really good. Georgia Donald, 9 out of 10. And Steve Braddock saying 10 out of 10. It's an excellent episode, great story, fantastic cliffhanger. I'm going to say it again. It's still getting very high scores. This is really, really good for an episode that is years old, which I'll never admit. Paul Richards, 10 out of 10. Superb episode and a great introduction to Orac. John Mason is saying 8 out of 10 for me. Blake 7 never hit a 10, unlike Doctor Who. Fair enough. Chris Kaz is saying the ending has stuck with me since the original broadcast. 10 out of 10. It was a shocker. What else? Oh, Radium is giving it 9.5 out of 10. The dawn of Tetchy portable computers. Yeah.
ZX Spectrum.
Yeah. Well, we had 2 because K9 was on Doctor Who. Don't forget.
Yeah.
And not anywhere near as tetchy as Orac, but he could be.
Yeah.
You know, Orac was tetchy all the time, as we're going to get to see because we're going into series 2. And Paul Richards is also saying to us, I love the cliffhanger. It's very powerful. It certainly is, because you're dealing with a whole generation now that remembers it. The Liberator blowing up.
Yeah.
Huge. And then you had to wait a year. You know, because this was, as I said, this is on the show. This was the 27th of March, 1978. Apart from that repeat that Andy found out about, Blake 7 wasn't back on television until the following year in January. So it was a bit of a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But you won't have to wait that long for us to start covering Series 2, Episode 1, because we're going to be back next month with Redemption, which is the third part of this mini trilogy, if you like, where we get to learn a lot more about the people who built the Liberator. But is it worth the wait? Can't wait to hear what you're all thinking about Redemption. Come and join us next month for that. If you're new to the channel, welcome to Who's Views. Please subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, please make sure you are still subscribed and give us a thumbs up for this particular show. You can hype it if you like. Let's get the word out about Blake 7 out there. So thank you very much for that. To Lex, to Graham, to Richard, and to Andy. Hope you've had a good show tonight. Thank you for joining me.
Great show.
Yeah, good.
And here we go. Here's to Series 2, everybody. On the way
Yay.
soon.
Yay!
For all of you. We will see you very soon. Look after yourselves, everyone. Thanks for joining us. See you soon.
Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye-bye.